Spellcasters, Geists, and Angels. So it's the same style of deck. But the first one is actually to be playing Lingering Souls, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. The black in his deck is entirely for sideboard cards and flashbacks on Lingering Souls and Forbidden Alchemies. No black in the main deck at all.
Well, no actual black spells.
Right, no black spells.
And then the typical Bant control out of Reed Hartman. He's playing Call of the Conclave, which is the interesting choice from Reed Hartman's deck.
Wow.
That might not work very well as we see three unsummons from Andrew Shrout. So Shrout's getting to work, turn 1 Thought Scouring. He has 3 instants in the yard already, ditching a unsummon and an Azorius Charm.
Oh, it took me a while to recognize Andrew Shrout's name, but it was until I saw those 6th edition Islands and Plains that I knew.
Yeah, he's Johnny Hot Sauce on Moto, also a fairly well-known Moto player.
Yeah, he played the Blue-White War Falcon deck in Cincinnati.
So 3 mana, 3 life. Centaur Healer comes down for Reed Hartman. I still think Centaur Healer is one of those cards that I'm not really convinced is a tournament card. I know it's been seeing a lot of play here, but I kind of have a hunch that he doesn't belong.
I really liked it week 1 when everyone was playing zombies, but now I think it's really just not... I mean, when everyone's on Thrag Tusks and Restoration Angels, it's a miserable card.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I guess if you have Kessig Wolfrun in your blue-white-green deck, and you draw the red mana and the Wolfrun, it's good, but that's about it. And wow, Thought Scour mills Lingering Souls there, that's pretty big.
Yeah, those Thought Scours really going to work.
What's up with these Kessig Wolfruns? I'm really curious.
So, especially in Reed Hartman's deck, Reed Hartman's Bant deck has no Planeswalkers at all in it. So he's playing Detention Sphere. No, sorry, he does have Planeswalkers, he just didn't put them in the Planeswalker spot. Okay, he has plenty of Planeswalkers. My hunch would be that they're for the very late game. They help you get inevitable damage through in a Thrag Tusk fight, possibly.
Thrag Tusk fight, yeah, that's true.
So Call the Conclave for Hartman, post-combat, and he does not have another land.
Wow.
So Alchemy from Shrout really filling the graveyard.
Jeez, where's the Psychic Spiral back?
I know, right?
So he'll take an Azorius Charm off that, pitch another Lingering Souls, so this turn pretty likely is going to be Souls if he has another black source.
Second black might be a little demanding. Yeah, he only has the single black. Once again, that Call of the Conclave, he is playing unsummons in this deck. So he's going to flashback Lingering Souls. And then pass the turn.
Yeah, Andrew Shrout's deck only has 1 Swamp, 2 Chapel, 3 Catacombs, only 6 black
so I think we're going to see an Azorius Charm for the token, that's my guess. Yep. Token back to the top of the deck, which is nowhere. Centaur Healer comes in, Shrout drops to 14.
Yeah, Call of the Conclave in general right now just doesn't seem that great. There are a lot of Azorius Charms floating around, unsummons.
Hartman is still stuck on 3. Keep in mind that he does have Thrag Tusk in hand, I believe, with an Angel. So, no, with a Terminus, Tameo, Thrag Tusk, Jace. So really just a lot of mythics filling up the hand.
A lot of clunky mythics.
The whole trade binder is in his hand.
Oh man. Andrew Shrout, though, knows how to build a deck. He actually has 1 drops.
He has
more than 1.
We're going to hit Hartman down to 19.
And another flashback. He's trying to race this healer.
Well, now he has more power on the board, but he's starting at kind of a disadvantage. So let's see how far he gets on it.
Yeah, wow. Angel of Serenity drawn by Reed Hartman, another mythic.
Wow, just even more value. His hand is worth so many dollars right now.
Reed Hartman, go to the Star City Games booth. They'll give you a lot of basic lands for that Angel. So that's what you need right now.
His hand is worth so much.
Maybe even a mountain to power that Wolf Run. Like a nice beta mountain.
Alright, we're going to see a Snapcaster on Thought Scour. So another Souls into the yard.
Wow.
Just getting all of this value.
I think all the Thought Scours have milled 1 Lingering Souls, all 3 of them.
11.
Yeah, and there's the Catacomb.
Alright, so swinging 6, Shrout now in the lead. Well, not in the lead, but certainly in command.
Yeah, definitely winning this race.
Yeah. Resto Angel. It's going to be really frustrating for Reed Hartman.
Yeah,
That's probably too many turns of bricking. He's probably just dead.
yeah. I think he's got to go back to the binder for this one, back to the drawing board. Really try and win game 2 here.
Detention Sphere from Shrout. He's going to swing for 4, drops Hartman to 9, and he'll just pass the turn. Remember, if he gets a Rune Chanter's Pike also, it's probably like a jillion damage. I can't count his graveyard, but I imagine it's about 20.
Approximately 1 jillion.
Crypts to give him plus life total, plus O. And finally draws on Fountain Land. It's a Hollowed Fountain. A little, man, 2 life is pretty good right now.
Yeah, he'll just
you can't play it tapped. It's way worse.
Not after all these turns.
Jace. Yeah, I didn't even think that's going to survive.
No, his +1 is really good right now.
No, I think he holds it over the graveyard. Yep. Oh, not even the graveyard. Nope, it's going to exile.
Insult to injury there.
Land, swing 4, Hartman drops to 3.
And he'll sit on his counterspell. Assuming he has one in there. He has an Unsummon. Unsummon can bounce Snapcaster, which can counterspell. So this game is locked up.
Yeah. He's going to go probably for Thragtusk, but that's... Hartman's got to know it's not resolving. He didn't draw a Cavern. Just to go, okay.
Yeah, Cavern was his out right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all he can do is throw the Thragtusk and cover his eyes.
Swing. All right, yeah, sure. Sure, okay.
Just in case he has all land.
I like how he's delaying casting Thragtusk. It's like, doesn't even want to know.
He knows it's not going to
He's going to go
resolve.
for easy. Maybe he's going to try to Resto Angel, the healer. I don't know. All the plays seem pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
everything loses to
everything
everything,
loses to
so...
everything, yeah. Passing the turn, Shrout's going to Thought Scour. Hartman's debating flashing in Resto Angel now. Nope, that's... Alright, so...
Upkeep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Shrout can win so many different
I think
ways
Shrout
here.
he's already drawn per turn, right?
and registration for the
Okay,
Legacy
unsummon.
Conference night is now open. If you want to make your way
Yeah, so Reed Hartman packs it in. He loses game 1, but he'll be on the play for game 2 with his Bant Control deck against Andrew Shrout's Esper.
This matchup is incredibly good for Shrout. Despite the fact that we actually saw, we did see Hartman really get an unfortunate set of draws there. But I think that's where these tempo decks that Prozac and Shrout are both undefeated with, just preying on this kind of strategy, and they both are undefeated. The thing is that Van's trying to tap out for bigger things, and Shrout's just sneaking under him, and all of his counter spells are so good right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even Unsummon is so good.
Yeah, in his sideboard, so Hartman does have he does have red in his sideboard. Interestingly enough, he has 2 Zealous Conscripts in the sideboard, and that's all his red. He has a little bit of a token theme going on. So you did see 3 Call of the Con plays from Reed Hartman. Interestingly enough, in the aggro matchup, he has Druid's Deliverance in the board, which, for those who are not familiar, that is going to be the basically fog populate.
Right. So that's pretty good to follow up a Call of the Conclave. I also like Sundering Growth for that reason. I feel like Sundering Growth is a good sideboard card. In any deck that can make even a single token, that's good.
Yeah. But what we'll see out of Reed Hartman probably, he's going to need a way to sneak under. The real problem is he doesn't have too much that does it.
No, his entire sideboard is again just filled with these $20 5 drops that just they don't do anything
Different
before
5
turn
drops.
5.
He has Tristani. That card's worth quite a bit as well.
Yeah, there you go. You can bring that in. Tap out for it and watch it get unsummoned.
Right. Actually, I would certainly bring it in. To be fair.
Yeah.
I think the life
me
gain
too.
is just excellent. If it can stick, it's so good.
Yeah, really just Adam Prozac and Andrew Shrout. I don't know if they work together on this one, but they definitely both have decks that are just demolishing the expected metagame here. There are almost no zombie decks. I haven't seen a single one today. Even walking among the tables, I think 1, 2, maybe down in the X2 bracket, something like that. But the Thragtusks have really just been beating up on them. So we're kind of beginning to see a circular metagame emerge here. You have the aggressive decks that can't beat Thragtusk. You have the Thragtusk decks that can't beat Tempo. And the Tempo decks that presumably have a hard time with zombies.
Right. So
Of course, there are a lot of other decks in the metagame too. This format's still really new. There's so much unbroken ground. For example,
Yeah, well, I know one of the things we were talking about is like we went to get lunch during one of these short breaks, and I remember we were talking about, okay, so this is the best deck right now, Bant Control, which I think it's the most popular deck here today. And it's like,
Definitely.
you're gonna try to sell me that the best deck in this format is just mashing all 5 drops.
Yeah, and
Like,
Centaur healers.
And Centaur, so it's like some Centaur healers and some rares. And I was like, well, I mean, they're very good rares. No, I'm not dissing on them. It's more just, I can't believe that can't be broken, or at least maybe not broken, but like certainly meted against. And I think that Shrout's doing exactly that.
Yeah, I mean the unsummoned Snapcaster Geist package. Well, it's so good at getting in that damage, and it seems like people forgot. I mean, they forgot such a short time ago. Blue-White Delver was the king of Standard, the undisputed king of Standard. All of a sudden, Manalik and Ponder leave, and people think Blue-White's unplayable. Well, no, it just needs a very specific spot in the metagame.
Right, and Blue-White's really been helped by the fact that Zombies is losing popularity, I think.
Yeah.
It really has trouble with that control, just, vomiting 1-drops. Like, it probably loses to that.
Yeah, for sure. Unsummon is not too impressive when everything costs 1.
Yeah.
So really, where do you go from here? Let's say that Blue-White does well at this tournament, Bant Control does well at this tournament, they both put up some top 8s. How do you attack the metagame after that?
So I attack the metagame, because you can't just necessarily go Zombies, because then you don't beat the Bant Control decks.
Right.
Interesting way to look at both those. You could try to go for a more like pure control deck of sweepers. I think might be a way to do it.
Interesting.
All right. Hartman starts out on both players are going to start on the tap land. Shrout's is an Evolving Wilds. Hartman's is a Hallowed Fountain.
Yep, and Andrew Shrout knows how to speed it up, knows the shortcuts.
He does the Moto thing: play, fetch land, crack, go.
Exactly. F6 maximization, optimization.
Yeah.
So Reed Hartman would love to open on a Farseek here. That's his best turn 2 by far. Actually, one of his only turn 2s.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you sign up for $10,
It's interesting. Call of the Conclave just doesn't really seem like it fits in this deck very well.
Please make your way to the side event.
It's kind of like a
Yeah,
Centaur
no,
healer blocker.
I don't really like it in the deck. It looks like Hartman does have his Tristani in hand. So apparently, I think that's what I'm seeing. If he's boarded it in, it should be a good play here. 3rd land from Shrout. So no one's decided to crack the invisible standstill yet.
Right. Reed Hartman, though, has a Farseek. I think that was his draw this turn.
Yeah, and it's honestly it's funny. It's funny where they're playing the meta where on turn 4, rather than make a 4-drop, you just Farseek.
Yeah. Accelerate you, so you can play 2 spells on turn 8 instead of only 1.
Instead of 1 on turn 4.
And Andrew Shrout, not the start he wants, but hopefully for him he has something like a Think Twice, Thought Scour, Forbidden Alchemy. Forbidden Alchemy being the most likely one here.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably what we'll see him do on end step. And Andrew Shrout just with the friendly cut.
No alchemy on step, just a draw. Looks like he has quite a few lands, but not being punished for not playing anything.
Yeah, he didn't even have an Azorius Charm to cycle, just nothing here. His hand is either very land heavy or very counter heavy. It has to be one of the two.
And Hartman, no more land. Oh, no, sorry, one more land. If you think he's going to go for Tristani. There, Tristani, Celestinia's Voice.
Yeah, and if I'm
That's a 2/5. But what's more important is the effect. This is one of the cards that we talked about. We would have wanted to board in, possibly the only card we would have wanted to board in. This will be a test to see how good it is in the matchup.
Yeah, and Andrew Shrout, even after board, he doesn't have very many pinpoint removal spells. He has 2 Supreme Verdict for a Wrath. He has 3 Sensory Deprivation for -3/-0. But that's about it. Or sorry, minus 4/-0?
It's 3/-0. Yeah, it's -2. So it's not actually the popular ability on Tristani that we're really excited about. It's actually just that burst ability, that ability to just consistently be a source of life gain that could really give Andrew Shrout fits.
Yeah. But for now, it's probably just going to do its best Armory Guard impersonation. Just get in for 2.
Yeah, can't get Vigilance, but it's okay, he doesn't have a gate anyway.
Right. His deck could actually probably do with a couple gates.
Wouldn't hurt it if he wanted them. Remember that Steam Vents there out of the Bant deck is because he does have 2 Zealous Conscripts in the board. He's not. I doubt he's boarded them in.
No, this is not the matchup for him. They will power his Wolf Run though if the game goes that long. And post-combat Jace.
With 3 mana up, successfully playing around Syncopate.
Yep.
And now this game's starting to look pretty good for Hartman.
Yeah, I have no idea what Andrew Shrout kept. He hasn't played a single spell yet this game.
He has to worry about Thought Scour, Snapcaster, Thought Scour, Swing Kill Jace. I think that's maybe a play he has to be concerned about. But certainly not if he Centaur heals. Yeah, I don't know what Andrew's kept.
So game
6.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is the part I really like about Tristan.
He really just puts it out of reach for him. So not really sure what they're talking about here. Maybe the order of the triggers with the healer and the Tristani, but I think Reed's going to get to gain his 6 here.
No, he does. It wouldn't matter what order you declared them in.
Right.
An end-step Restoration Angel is going to get to take out the Jace. The big thing is, how does Shrout race Tristani?
I don't know.
In the end, he's a tempo deck. He can't let the game go on forever, but Reed's going to let that happen. He's going to try to make the game go on forever.
Yeah, I would say that Andrew Shrout's best friend here is going to eventually be a Vault of the Archangel. I think that's going to be a really big card for him if he can ever get it online. He only has one.
One of. Yeah. Casting Wolf Run now in play for Hartman. That's going to make the clock speed up a little bit.
So Andrew says no blocks, and it looks like he's just going to go all in, tap all his mana.
Yeah.
Or maybe keep Dissipate
He's
up.
going to Wolf Run the Centaur Healer for 2. So that'll deal 7 to Shrout. Bringing him to 11.
Setting up a nice win next turn. Assuming he has another land, of course.
Yeah, with one more land, he'll have exact damage.
Andrew Shrout, again, no plays on end step. What is he doing over there?
He's got a Detention Sphere that he doesn't seem to want to use. Though, to be fair, I feel like it's a pretty fair use to put it on Tristani.
Yeah, I think it's a fair use to prevent yourself from dying, too.
Mr. Angel's attacking, all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Andrew Shrout's plan is here. He can Detention Sphere, but the remaining 3/3 is going to take chunks out of his life total. Oh, Supreme Verdict, okay.
All right.
And now Andrew Shrout, presumably sitting on a counter here.
Supreme Verdict, uncounterable Wrath of God.
Uncounterable Day of Judgment for all you new school players out there.
Actually, it is just a Day of Judgment because you can regenerate through it. Farseek will get another Temple Garden.
Yeah,
Reed's a
Farseek.
little flooded here, but with the Cassid Wolf Run, it turns all his creatures into must-answer threats. Shrout can maintain board control here because he has such a full grip. He's going to have to maintain it with a pretty tight fist, you know. There's an Appetite for Brains, Reed. It's really strong here. It's Terminus and Angel.
And I have to imagine that's going to take the Angel here. Can't see it doing any other thing.
Remember that exiles the card too.
It's actually very important against a deck with more Angels in it. So now Andrew Shrout, seemingly even in the driver's seat. I thought he was going to lose this game after so many turns of doing nothing.
And there's the Vault of the Archangel. Yeah, Andrew's now taking this chance to make his move. He's going to Snapcast Appetite with the Terminus.
Wow. So Reed Hartman on no cards. The problem for Andrew, though, all the cards in Reed's deck are so good. Any spell is a must answer.
Well, that one was not a good spell, so he passes the turn.
With a little shrug of
not
the
too many.
shoulders.
Yeah, he doesn't need too many turns to. Shrout does not need too many turns to really put this away.
No.
So he's got another Snapcaster, a Dissipate, and a Detention Sphere. He should be able to. He's going to gain 2 life. He should be able to just swing with Snapcasters till the cows come home.
Yep. And there's a
get
Dissipate. And now's Reed's chance. Andrew Shrout tapped out. Has to hope Reed doesn't draw a good spell. Okay.
There
Andrew
goes the
Shrout
Terminus.
doesn't care about that one. As far as spells go, that's probably the one you'd want him to draw.
Right. As they go. Shrout holding on a Snapcaster, Detention Sphere, Swamp, drawing second Detention Sphere, and another Angel comes into play.
Wow. So the top of Reed Hartman's deck really helping him out here. Andrew Shrout now out of counters. He only has 2 spheres. So,
Yeah.
so something like a big angel here would do it.
Another miracle. It doesn't matter whether he miracles it or not.
No,
to
not
be
at
honest,
all.
I mean, you can pay 6 for it, I suppose.
So,
He,
so the
he
bottom,
has the mana.
Right. Bottom of Andrew Shrout's deck right now, 2 Snapcaster Mages. He'd love an Evolving Wilds to shuffle those up.
That's actually Shroud's hand is 2 Detention Spheres in the swamp. Hartman's hand is empty. Rune Chanter's Pike. That's fairly big right now.
Yeah. And both players just in draw go, desperately need anything. Both
More
players
land.
land,
More
Essence
counter
Scatter.
spells for Shrout. Detention Spheres both sides. He's debating whether or not to Detention Sphere the Pike. That certainly doesn't seem correct to me. Well, he'd be worried that Shrout would end step make an angel, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, 2/3 of Shrout's creatures have flash, but he's already dealt with 2 Snapcaster Mage and an Angel. He does decide to Detention Sphere it. And there's a cycle.
That is the turn back. All right.
Well, Shrout drawing all his lands here. Same with Reed,
Evolving
though.
Wilds. Yep.
Looks like 12 land to 12 land. So somehow we're on turn 13 of this game, something like that, and both players just land staring at each other. It's amazing with all these haymakers. Somehow Andrew Shrout has managed to retain parity.
I feel like actually, I think I think Shrout's a favorite here from this board state.
Right. Even though he only has 2 Snapcaster Mages left, so many of his cards just, I mean, any threat is a must answer. Yep, there we go.
Recognize the threat. All he needs now is to make sure that a Planeswalker does not resolve from Reed's side.
Right. Now he can Detention Sphere the other Detention Sphere.
You can't Detention Sphere Detention
Oh, that's
Sphere.
right too. It's not over.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Putting unsummoned Lingering Souls and Hallowed Fountain into the graveyard.
He's sitting on at least 2 Essence Scatters right now.
Swings 3 with Restoration Angel, putting Reed to 18, finally back down below 20, and he'll make 2 souls. Probably that's all the farther he'll commit to the board, too. There could be, Detention Spheres or Supreme Verdicts or all sorts of things from Reed's deck.
Right, his next turns are certainly just going to be Vault of the Archangel.
Thrag Tusk from Reed. That'll get Essence Scatter.
Yep, this combat should send Shrout up to 18, Reed to 13. We'll see if that's what he does here. No, it looks like no vault. Andrew Shrout, bigger plans. Just says go.
The life's not very important to him. I think he'd rather just represent a really huge Syncopate or something else. Reed is now pulling ahead on the land front, but only slightly.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like no vault, just because if Reed had a Syncopate, he definitely would have syncopated the Essence Scatter.
I think Andrew wants to represent a Syncopate, a really big Syncopate.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The life total is fairly irrelevant here, I think. And he wants to, also now he can flash back Forbidden Alchemy and always have mana up for a counter spell.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Thought Scour, Alchemy, Azorius Charm, all these cards are in the graveyard.
Yeah, Andrew Shrout's deck really just going into overdrive here. Really picking up velocity with all these flashback spells. He's eventually going to hit that second pike, and that'll just be game over on the spot for Reed Hartman. If it gets that far, it might not even. There's the lifelink.
Needs a flashback to Alchemy.
Okay, main phase flashback Alchemy. Looking for that pike, wants to end it right here. Only 1 pike left in the deck, though. Yep, there it is.
He's going to play and equip it. Reed shows the land. All right. And
game over.
That is game and match to Andrew Shrout. Andrew Shrout now at 6-0, defeats Reed Hartman. These tempo decks, I think the breakout decks of the tournament right now, easily.
Yeah, by far. And I mean, Andrew Shrout, that game he did nothing until turn 5. His first spell was turn 5, and he still won that game, even through Reed Hartman's quote-unquote god draw of turn 4 Farseek. It's about as close as it gets.